Okay, we should be live. Have a look at this. Talk about a kid in a candy store. Anyone who knows me and my lone trees, I have got a smorgasbord of lone trees here. So we'll start off, just make sure that the chat is working, make sure everyone can hear me okay. So I'm currently behind the phone. As soon as I see that there's someone in here, I'll just get out in front, make sure the microphone's working. But yeah, check that out. It's looking good. So yeah, if we can just have someone confirm that you can hear me and everything's running okay, I'll come around the front and just make sure that we are working. Don't want to miss this one. It's looking really good. I know my 3 normal helpers are all away at the moment, so they're probably not watching. So yeah, if someone can just confirm that the audio is working, and then I'll get started. So I'll just walk out the front just so we can make sure my mic is working. Check it out. Look at that. This is the second time I've been here. I've only been here once before. It was a bit of a battle to get out here. I sort of almost went waist deep, but there's just lone trees everywhere. So let me know if the audio is fine, that it's working okay, because I want to start taking some photos. I'm a bit excited, I am. G'day up and about, all good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for confirming and thank you for joining in. Are you out tonight at all? So if anyone's out and about tonight, look, you're not going to find me. If you know where the Urangan Pier is, I'm nowhere near that. Burham Heads, nowhere near that either. I'm literally out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, if anyone's out and about tonight, let me know. Let me know what you're up to. I'm going to start taking photos because have a look at that. Yeah, like I said, I've only been here once before. I sort of got home and reviewed some of my photos, and there's a few things I can do differently. So I'm gonna do difference. I'm gonna do stuff different today. Still gonna get the classic shot. Last time I was here, the sun kind of set off to the left, so we got this really nice side light on the trees. Now the sun will set directly behind the trees, so hoping for epicness. And you know, I'd put my call in. So just shooting in manual mode. I'm just going to kind of take a bit of a light reading first. So I'm just using my live screen because I'm shooting into the sun. I'm going to, oh, actually that's not too bad. I can keep everything under control fairly well. That's good. That's actually really nice. So f8, 1/100th of a second, ISO at 100. Now I bought my 24 to 105 today. I'm just going to frame it up a bit better. Going to focus on the far tree. Focused on the far tree. That should be a pretty good focal distance. I'm shooting at around about 35mm. And there's the first shot for the night. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm a bit excited. Have a look at that for the first shot of the night. Does it get any better? Up and about, not at the moment, sitting in the car park waiting for the good wife who is at the dentist. Oh no, not the dentist. Well, you're a good man sitting there waiting for the wife. Well done. It's maybe not watch the live stream so you don't miss anything. It's yeah, thank you for joining. Good luck with the dentist too. It's never fun going to a dentist, is it? Have a look at that. Okay, I'm going to go up to f13. I just want my depth of field just a little bit bigger. So f13. Again, I'm just going to use my live screen just to get my metering. Because yeah, shooting directly into the sun, it is a bit tricky. All I'm doing is keeping that sun under control. It's starting to pop out now, so I'm going to quickly get that shot. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, I'll do a couple of shots down low. Again, don't have the flippy screen, so I'm just kind of winging it. I don't like all these reflections, ripples that I'm causing. Just going to reframe it a little bit. Just going to zoom in, get everything a little bit tighter. bought the 24 to 105 just to get a bit more reach. Because last time I came here, I came with the 17 to 40. And I spent a lot of my time sort of around that 35 to 40 mil. So I got the 24 to 105 just to kind of keep things a bit more under control. Yeah, that's framed up nicely. The sun's killing the shot at the moment. It's a bit too bright for my liking, so I am going to overexpose and we'll have a bit of fun with that sky. We're at a 30th of a second. I'm going to bump up my ISO. Go up to 400. I just want a fast shutter speed while I'm hand holding. Now I am stabilized, but I just want a fast shutter speed. And again, I'm just going to, because I've changed my focal distance, I'm going to refocus out of live view because I don't have a mirrorless camera. So yeah, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now I've just got to try and frame it up and not make ripples. Get that before the ripples. Oh, look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I said I was going to do a shoot to print session one day. This might be it. This might be it. Wow. G'day Leslie, how are you? Peter, g'day. Audio is working okay. Just above to head, just about to head over to Point Vernon. I can't speak at the moment. Have a look at this. Have a look at that I've just got. Wow. I'm a bit lost for words. That's, oh. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for saying hello. I don't like shooting into the sun, but wow, it just works. Sometimes things that shouldn't work just work. I am extremely excited at the moment. How good is this? This is Hervey Bay. Hervey Bay, Queensland. Again, I'm just focusing on that far tree because I know by focusing a little bit further than I need to, everything in front will be in focus. It'll be nice and sharp. Now this is, oh geez, I wish I had a flippy screen. I wish I had a flippy screen so I could actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn my ISO back down again. Oh wow, 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 wow. Trying to stay still to keep those ripples in my foreground. Wow. It just, oh, what a mixture. What a mixture of sky, water, trees. Can't get my horizon straight. I need a flippy screen. We're not far off getting a new camera. You'll probably see a few little fish swimming around in front. Leslie looks incredible. It certainly does. G'day Linda, how are you? Looks fantastic. I had to go out to absolutely get out there now because I put my order in. So anyone who follows my live streams, I usually put an order in for an epic sky. I have contacts. So I usually give them a ring and I say, look, I need a good sky tonight. Usually costs a couple of bucks. They're not cheap. Skies like this. Have a look at this. Look at that. I might just end the stream there. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time. Oh, wow. I did not expect the. Well, I did. To be honest, I did expect this. That's why I came out. I booked my stream a day ago because I knew this was going to happen. If you ever see me book a live stream, it's because I put an order in for something like this. Wow. I'm not even changing composition. It's too good. It is just too good to move. If anything, I'm going to go a little bit wider. I'm out at 24mm now. I'll just go a little bit wider. Really get those reflections. Okay, go a bit wider. Yeah, look, anyone who knows me, don't go home with 20 shots exactly the same. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Composition wise, what you're seeing is, yeah, I've sort of hunted around and like, yes, I love my lone trees, but to me this just works. I love that composition of the 4 trees. Just, it works. There's another little area over there where there's 3 trees, which kind of works okay as well. But have a look at that. Have a look at that. Up and about. Picture postcard perfect. Absolutely. Have a look. Look at that. And you know what? This is the first time I've actually been out. Let's go into wide. Let's go wide view. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just going to change the camera. Okay, that's wide view. So as you can see, there's a tree right next to me. There's some crocs down there in the water somewhere. But there's trees everywhere, lone trees everywhere. And like, it's super low tide, but we still get that nice water. But that's kind of what I've got framed up. There's another tree over here, which, yeah, I just want those 4 in the middle. So all I really want is those 4. Because, yeah, for me, look, it just works. It works. And now it's just, yeah, now that I've got my composition, I'm not going to move around too much. I'm going to zoom in on my images. So I've zoomed in, and look how sharp those trees are. So I focused on the far tree, and that closest tree is still absolutely pin sharp. Okay, so that's zooming in on that image. Wow. Wow. G'day Colleen, and welcome. Beautiful still night it is. The weather's been absolutely delicious up here at the moment. The weather has been good. We haven't had a lot of cloud, so that's why I put my order in to get some cloud, and they've delivered. Kath looks a bit smoky, still walking. Kath had to walk home. Kath had to walk. My wife had to walk home from work today because I'm out taking photos. Sorry, honey, but you know, I put my order in for this sky, and you wanted to work, well, you probably didn't want to work back late, but unfortunately she had to work back late. And I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to take photos. And yeah, you know what, I think this might be, I've been meaning to do it for quite a while, is a shoot to print. So these are getting printed, absolutely, these are getting printed. I'm just, again, every time I walk, I'm making ripples in front, so I'm just waiting for those ripples to stop, so I get a nice glassy reflection. I tell you what, if you're in Harvey Bay and you want to come out here, send me a message and send me a couple of $100. No, I'm only joking. I'm cheap. Everyone knows that. I'm cheap, but not nasty. Wow. It is a fair hike, and that's kind of why I haven't invited anyone with me tonight. I normally invite a few people along. But yeah, like I said, the water was, I had to actually lift my shorts, and they got up. Yeah, it's a bit deep crossing the creek at the moment. After all that rain we've had, it's kind of built a new channel. And yeah, the channel was quite deep. I stood on something, I won't say the word, but I had a moment. I stood on something, I think it was a mud crab. And yeah, I couldn't see the bottom. Because yeah, it gets a bit murky in that creek. It's not the safest place to bring people. You know, the good news is we haven't spotted a crocodile for a few months. The current was a bit too strong for the stonefish. The sea snakes are out on the reefs. But apart from that, everything else looks good. So yeah, thank you to everyone here. Oh, look, I'm talking crap. I am a bit excited. Have a look at that sky though. Look at that composition. This is why I do live streams. This is only the second time I've been here. I came here once, we had no cloud whatsoever. It was just a clear sky. As soon as I saw a sniff of cloud on the weather apps, I was out here. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. I would like some nice side light, I'm not going to lie. I would like some nice side light, so I'm just going to have a bit of a wander and see what else I can frame up. If I find something, I'll bring you over. But yeah, I sort of, even over here, trying to get some side light. I'm walking in the water, not on the mud flats. I don't want footprints, but if I walk in the water, and look, to be honest, you're sort of not going to notice the footprints too much. Nothing happening over that way. There is a bit of colour that way, so I'm going to shoot this way, shoot to the right. Just watching where the colour is in my sky. The colour is out to the right. It's kind of all blue sky out that way. Yeah, so now that I'm over here, I'm sort of mixing in with the background, which is what I don't want. I don't want the background. Let's just try it. Let's zoom into 100 mil. Let's try that tree on its own. It's a nice side light. At 100 mil. Nah, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But you don't know if you don't try. Try that again. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, like I said, I did have a bit of a scout around when I first got here. Had a bit of a scout around when I first got here. I'm walking over my scene. Don't do what I just said not to do. And yeah, this just works. And that was my plan for tonight. I really wanted this shot. I wanted this shot with the sunset. That's exactly what I wanted. Have a look at it. I'm not going to waste time trying to find compositions, because this is the composition. This is exactly what I want. That sun just under the tree. Look at that. Just going to zoom in again. God, if I ever really needed that flippy screen, now's really the time. Wow. Sometimes you just find a location and you get some light and it just happens. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, thank you again everyone who's in here. Look at that. That is doing it for me. And the sky is about to go off, I think. There's just enough gap on the horizon that we might get some orange. We might get a bit of an afternoon glow on those clouds. But even if we don't, I could go home right now happy. Like I said, there's plenty of other shots out here. But I need this shot. I need this shot. I have been thinking of this shot for a long time. I'm definitely coming back here in winter too, when the sun's sort of more out to the west. At the moment, it's kind of northwest. In winter, it sets more to the west, so that's when we get the really nice side light. But yeah, I kind of missed that. I only found this sort of I found it in January actually. I found this was my first shot of the year at this tree. But yeah, in winter time, the sun will get some really nice side light. Yep, let's get that. I'll just keep taking photos because the sky's always changing. So even though it's the same composition, it's not exactly the same shot, if that makes sense. So I always say don't get the same shot. Don't go out and get 20 shots exactly the same. But when you find something like this, and if you look at the back of your camera and you're just going, wow, 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 stick with it. Okay, just stick with it. You don't want to go off walking around when the sky starts to go off and then think, oh, I should have just gone back to the other spot. Come out here another day. Come out here another day, look around. You know. Yes, I have the luxury of that. I can just come out here whenever I want. Mind you, I've been meaning to come out here for a while, waiting for the tides and the wind and everything to be perfect. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to go and look for a composition. The colours are, look out this way. Look what's happening over there. So that's why I'm not shooting back this way at the moment. It just gets a bit messy once the mangroves sort of bleed in with each other. But have a look at that sky. Wow. All right, I'm going to go for a bit of a wander. Yes, I am going to go for a bit of a wander. Look, let me bring you with me. Leslie, you're making me envious that I can't make it through the long walk in the mud. Yeah, I know. I think this has been the best location. Yeah, I know, Leslie. I would love to bring you out here, but it is a long hike. You've got a river to get across. You've got a bit of a river. It's a creek. It's a creek, but like tonight we're in the new moon phase, so we have really low tides, and it's not often that we get those really low tides at sunset with no wind. Oh, I'm going to regret this. I'm going to miss my shot back in the other spot. But who knows, I might find something. No, I'm not going to. No. As soon as I come over here, all that, the mainland in the background is just not doing it for me. See how I've got that mainland in the background? I'm going to try it. I'm here now, but I know it's not going to work. I know it's not going to work. It's almost tripod time. Things are getting... I don't want to push my ISO too much. Let's go about there. So shooting away from the sun, everything is under control. So I don't have to worry about focus stacking or any of that sort of stuff. Everything is just one exposure. Nah. I'm going back. I'm missing it. I'm missing that. I tried. It didn't work. Get back there before I lose. There's colour everywhere. Epicness. Kath. Oh wow, I see it too. Yeah, how good is that? How good is that? Alright, we're back. We're back where I want to be. I'm going wide angle so you get a better, so everyone gets a better view of what's happening. Look at that. Wow. Live photography, eh? I wish YouTube would throw it out there a bit more. I reckon I would love to see more YouTubers doing live sessions. Oh, go away, Toady. Toady biting my foot. I would love to see, you're not going to see that on you might see it on an outtake, but I'd love to see more photographers do live. If you're a photographer and you've got a YouTube channel, get into live streams. I want to watch them. I want to see the excitement people get when they find a scene like this. It's almost too colourful now. Is that such a thing? It's too colourful. It's too colourful. Wow. Wow. Okay, just breathe. To stop those reflections. I'm really borderline at that 25th of a second now. So I'm just trying to keep everything as still as possible. I don't want to get onto the tripod just yet. I want those reflections. And this is what I mean. Have a look at this. Look at those reflections. If the camera focuses. Oh, the camera's not focusing. Can I make it focus? Come on, phone. Just had an update to my streaming software too. Is it going to let me focus now? No. But yeah, look at that. Look at the reflections. That's amazing. So yes, if you're watching this later, if you're a YouTuber, photo tripper, I'll call you out. Get out there live. I'd love to see you live. Share some jokes, tell some stories, and show us some live reactions. Yes, if anyone hasn't heard of Photo Tripper before, he's probably my favourite YouTuber at the moment. He's very good, very entertaining, great photographer. He just sort of, he's got a bit of everything. He's got personality, he's got skill, and very, very good channel. So there you go, I'll give him a shout out. Not that he'll ever watch, but wow, look at that. That is really nice. Aquadan, if you're watching, get out there. I'm hanging to watch some Aquadan channels. Been having quite a few chats with Dan lately. Yeah, he's got some big plans. I'm really looking forward to him kicking off his channel. It'll be good. It will be good. Look at that. Wow. All right, I'm getting on the tripod. I'm gonna get a selfie. I'm going to get a selfie. It's incredible. How good is it? You know, some people think I'm joking when I say I plan these nights. If you think I'm joking, go back through all my previous live streams and you have a look at what I can conjure up. It's not fluke, it's pure paying the weather gods. Yeah, look at that, that's nice now. Oh, yeah. Let me just refocus again. Just every time I move around, I do refocus. Just nothing worse than going home with a shot that's slightly out of focus. So I do refocus quite a lot. Even in live view, I will zoom in, which is what I'm going to do now that I'm on the tripod. I'm going to zoom in on that far tree, which is pretty close to infinity. It's pretty close to infinity, that far tree. See, and look at that, my autofocus was out. So I am going to refocus manually. I'm going to do a video on focusing soon because you can't rely on autofocus. You just can't. Let's go to 10-second timer. I'm going to get a selfie in this. Yeah, you just can't rely on autofocus all the time. Manual focus, you literally focus where you want. Autofocus, you're kind of hoping. Wow. Probably can't see the smile on my face, but wow. That is, yeah. Who's that idiot standing in the shot? Let's take a shot without him in it. There's some dude standing in my shot. Let's go back to 2-second time. I don't want to sit here for 10 seconds. Reframe it so that guy's out of my shot. Who thought it was a good idea to put someone in this shot? It's landscape. Wow. Have a look at it. Have a look at it. Yeah, I can't move. I love the composition. I love the reflections. I just love everything about it. So once again, thank you for all those people that are sharing this with me now. This is what live streaming is all about. This is what live streaming is all about. Seeing stuff like this happen live. No Photoshop, no AI, none of that garbage. This is real. Okay. Look at the back of the camera. Okay, people who think that, you have to edit photos. Look at this. This is straight off the back of the camera. Amazing. You can't beat it. I love it. It's been too long. It has been too long. Actually, I'm going to do a pano. The sky's doing too much. I've got to do a pano. Got to do a pano when the sky does this. Got to. Yep, and do a pano. Have a look at it. So I'm just sweeping across my frame. Again, I've focused on that far tree. I'm watching my histogram. I just want to keep those highlights under control. That's my number one priority with sunsets. Keep my highlights under control. I don't care if the trees are too dark. I don't care about all that foliage in the trees. Like, I can barely see it myself. It's all about that sky. Getting as much of that sky exposed correctly. And as you just saw from the shots on the back of the camera, you don't have to do anything with it. Slightly underexposed and you retain all that colour. Wow. Oh, wow. There's the pano. Oh, wow. Live photography, people. Live photography. Get on board. Get on board. Do it. Just do it. Nike, just do it. Try not to breathe again, get those reflections. Wow. Peter Pham, if you're in there, book your holiday. We're coming into winter. Like at the moment, it's still shorts and t-shirt weather. Shorts and t-shirt weather. Barefoot. And it's like this every night. Anyone in Harvey Bay will tell you this is what it's like every night, except for the nights that it isn't. Wow. Yes. Oh, yes, Leslie. Leslie's looking for a new camera. She's looking at if there's any Nikon owners in here, she's looking at the Z5 Mark II, which looks bloody amazing, but she's struggling with lenses. She loves her landscape. She loves her astro. So if there's any Nikon users, what's a really good wide angle that doesn't cost a fortune, okay? Something she can buy without mortgaging her house to afford. Because I had a quick look for it, the Nikon lenses, and geez, it's scary. The price of camera gear now is, look, it's always been expensive, but far out. It was the cheapest Nikon wide angle that I could find was over 2,000 Australian dollars. So for our overseas viewers, 2,000 Australian dollars is about 16,000 US. That's kind of where the rate is at the moment. Maybe not quite, but it's, yeah, 2,000 Australian dollars it's up there at 3.5, 4 grand US. That's crazy. That is, yeah. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know my rates. I'm too excited. I'm too excited to work it out. But yes, 2,000 Australian dollars for a lens. And like, I know you're paying for quality. It's like my Canon lenses. I think I paid 2 grand for my 70 to 200 back in the day. I think I might have even got it for less. My 70 to 200 2.8. I think I got that for around about 1,700. That was expensive. These days, I think the 70 to 200 2.8s are up around $4,000. I've got a 17 to 40, which is my go-to. I even use my 17 to 40 f4 for astro. Okay, again, I'm going to make a video on that. Yes, I know having a smaller aperture of 2.8 is better, but f4 works. Okay, f4 works. But yeah, the Nikon, I think it was a 16 to 30 or thereabouts. Even that was over $2,000, and that was their cheapest wide angle zoom. So you might have to just go primes, Leslie. You really might just have to go primes. And look, when you're doing astro, see the problem with primes, like you get a night like this, and you do want to zoom. You do want to zoom when you've got a night like this. So primes, you're kind of stuck on that focal length. That's the only reason I've got a couple of primes and I just don't use them. I just don't. I'd use one for astro. I'm even considering doing that. I am considering getting probably a 14 or somewhere between 14 to 16 mil, either f1.8, f2, somewhere around about there, just for macro. Not macro, astro. But that's all it's kind of good for. They're very limited. But yeah, I know you love your astro, so it's probably a good option. The more I think about it, I know how much you love your astro, your Milky Way shot. So yeah, a fast prime, kind of around that 16 mil, between 14 and 16 mil on your full frame is probably the way to go, I think. Because astro, you're not going to zoom. You do want wide angle for astro, just to get as much of that sky in as you possibly can. And really good for your landscapes as well. But, like I said, this spot here, that's why I bought my 24 to 105, so I can zoom in if I need to. So yeah, you definitely need to get, Nikon make a really good 24 to 120. The Nikon 24 to 120 is an incredible lens. Again, it's going to be expensive. All the really good lenses are expensive. But yeah, if there's any Nikon users in here, give Leslie some ideas. You know what, I know say never leave early, but I really want to get across this creek. I really want to get across this creek before it gets too dark. I'd love to stay for Blue Hour. I would love to show you all Blue Hour and stuff it. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay. I've come across here now. What's a little bit of water? You know, what you can't see won't hurt you. So with the tide coming in, if I don't see a shark and I don't see a crocodile, I don't see a stonefish, I don't see a sea snake, they won't hurt me. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't laugh about it. I should not laugh about that. Especially stonefish. I think they're probably, to be honest, stonefish are probably the one thing that really scares me. Crocodiles are, you know, the creek's that shallow you would see them. Okay, it's not deep enough that you're not going to see a croc. But stonefish, yeah, I love all animals. Some of them I love less than others, and stonefish is one of the ones that I don't like as much as some of the other animals. Okay, we're getting into long exposure territory now. I'm going to stay for Blue Hour. I'm here. It's still not a big tide. It's going to be around 1 metre. It was around about 0.5 when I got here. So to give you an idea, 0.5 was up to about there. So 1 metre, it might be way steep on the way back. What do I do? No, I've got to go. I don't want to be crossing. Safety first. I really don't want to be crossing that creek, especially after all the rain we've had, like after all the Cyclone Albert and all the storms we've had recently. There was logs and there was all sorts of crap in that creek. I really don't want to be walking through that creek in the dark. So yeah, sorry, no Blue Hour tonight. Blue Hour is, look, I don't care. I've got my shots. I'm happy. I'm happy with my shots. I don't need Blue Hour shots. I'll come back here once the tides move all the sand around and rejig everything. So thank you to everyone who popped in. Thank you. And I'm glad you could all witness what I just witnessed. That was incredible. Colleen, go home. Yes, good advice, Colleen. Thank you. Thank you for that. What I don't need is photographers going in the chat saying you're going to miss the best time of the night. Because Colleen's sensible. Colleen is the sensible one in the chat. She's telling me to go home. Thank you. Lol, that took him 2 seconds to change his mind. I know. Look at it though. It's nights like this that are pretty rare. But like I said, I've got my colour. I do, to be honest, I do like a little bit less colour in my sky for Blue Hour. And it is a bloody long walk. So yes, I am going to go. Thank you to everyone who witnessed that. Look, if you're rewatching this later, just put me on mute and watch it, and then you'll really enjoy it even more. So once again, thank you everyone. I finally got out. I did a live stream. Yeah, it's been flat out lately. Had a bit on to tell the truth. So hopefully we'll get some more live streams going. So stay tuned for my next video, because I might actually do a print session. I might print one of these images and run through how I go about printing. And more importantly, we'll send it off to be printed. Okay, because I know most people don't have the luxury of having a printer at home. So I'll show you how to set up your image to send it off to be printed so it doesn't come back too dark, because that's the number one thing. People get their images sent off to be printed and they come back too dark. I'll show you a little workaround that'll sort that out for you. So anyway, again, thank you. I'm talking. I've got to go. Thanks again to everyone who was in here. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was good. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. It might, I don't know, it might push it out to people. I dropped Photo Tripper's name a few times. Hopefully he'll come up as a mention. Do a live stream. All right, see yous all.